Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be with you to celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child. Today is an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the education of girls and women, not only as a fundamental human right, but also as an effective driver of development for the future of our societies. The international community made this commitment official 25 years ago with the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. In doing so, we acknowledged that when it came to building gender equality, education was the best way forward. Today, as part of the Her Education, Our Future initiative, we are launching our 2020 report on gender equality in education. This document reviews 25 years of efforts to implement this commitment and the scope of the international mobilization. Real progress has been made. In 2018, for example, an equal number of girls and boys were enrolled in primary and secondary school, compared to only 90 girls for every 100 boys in 1995. Today, 2/3 of all girls receive secondary education, compared to half of all girls in 1998. But the report also shows that we are a long way from fulfilling our commitment to gender equality in education. And this was true even before the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted learning. The need for progress is clear when we consider that 3/4 of primary school-aged children who may never set foot in schools are girls, or that only 2% of the poorest rural females in low-income countries complete upper secondary school. These inequalities are amplified by enduring norms and prejudices affecting girls, including gender-based violence and early and forced marriage. This is also the conclusion reached in a report on adolescent education over the past 25 years, published by UNESCO, the French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs, and Plan International. I thank them for their commitment at our side. The report discusses the obstacles standing in the way of progress towards the commitments made in Beijing. It calls for adolescent education to be central to action plans adopted at the next Gender Equality Forum in 2021. Today's anniversary must be an opportunity to reiterate these commitments and step up our efforts. These efforts are even more important given that the education crisis we are experiencing now has disproportionate effect on the most vulnerable, widening inequalities. COVID-19 is threatening decades of progress, especially in girls and women's education. According to UNESCO's estimates, an additional 11 million girls may never return to class after the pandemic, joining the 130 million girls already out of school. We must not let the pandemic reverse the progress we have made since 1995. We owe it to the next generations to ensure that the right to education is a reality. This is why UNESCO, through the Global Education Coalition, is working around the world to help member states find innovative distance learning solutions and prepare for school reopening, placing special emphasis on girls' and women's education. Ladies and gentlemen, the International Day of the Girl Child is an opportunity to take stock, because before taking action we must first understand the facts, and this is what our report helps us do. This day is also an opportunity to spread hope by showing that solutions do exist. In this respect, I am delighted to acknowledge the laureates of the 2020 UNESCO Prize for Girls and Women's Education, also being celebrated today. I would like to warmly thank the prize winners for their commitment to finding solutions for equality, which are so important in these challenging times. They are a reminder that together we can work to ensure that education is a common global good. Whether locally, nationally, or globally, all members of the education community have a role to play, and all society at large. Lastly, I would like to warmly thank the government of the People's Republic of China for its ongoing support for this prize. I would especially like to thank Professor Pang Liwan, UNESCO's Special Envoy for the Advancement of Girls and Women's Education. By fighting for equal learning opportunities, by passing on knowledge and ensuring that we teach girls how to live, you are ensuring that girls' education contributes to a brighter future. Gang Chinin, Pang Liwan Nushi, thank you very much, Professor Pang. I am proud of our joint commitment to equality. Together, we're working to support millions of girls around the world who deserve justice and dignity. I thank you for your attention.